Hi Saraswati, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for asking. What about you, ma'am?
I'm great. I'm great. I love your color. I love the color of your outfit. It's very nice.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Do you do online shopping or do you go to malls or wherever it is and buy your clothes?
Mostly, I prefer to go to mall to buy my dresses. Yeah.
But during the pandemic, Saraswati, this online shopping became very trendy. No,
Yes.
became yeah. So did you ever do any online shopping for clothes? I'm talking about
Yes.
clothes.
Yes, I do. Suppose mostly I prefer online shopping for night dresses.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Only for night. For night. It's not night dresses. It's night wear.
Night wear.
Night space W
Night
E
wear.
A R.
Yes.
Nightwear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you prefer doing shopping only for nightwear, is it?
Yes.
What about
Suppose I
you?
have to wear jeans or tops. That time I wear purchase from online.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not purchased from online. I will purchase
Online.
online. Online. There is no need of from.
Yeah.
Okay. I usually, so you can say that I usually prefer to do online shopping for tops and nightwear.
Yes.
That is a better way of saying it. It's a simpler way and it's a more effective way of saying it, actually. So you can say it in that fashion. Okay. So supposing you have an occasion, Saraswati. So you have an occasion like a wedding or
Hmm.
some function, some event is there. Do you wear saris? I'm guessing you wear saris.
Yes, I wear sari.
So do you purchase saris or have you thought of purchasing saris online?
No, I never purchased sari online. One time my husband purchased me,
Uh,
and it was showing totally different on screen. But when it came at home, so the texture and everything was totally different. So my experience was totally bad. Because of that, I never purchased these things online. Yeah.
oh, got it. Got it. Okay. So you prefer going to the shop and touching the
Yes.
material and feeling the material and all that stuff. But I was also like you, Saraswati, initially, because you know how it was. Before the pandemic, you always you're comfortable. You go to the shop,
Yes.
you touch the material, you can check the price, you can wear it,
Yes.
so you can see if the fitting is right, all of those things. And then it is you're confident. But when you're buying something, but during the pandemic, what happened was I did not have that confidence of buying something online actually. But recently, there are a few very good websites. Like for instance, I mean, on Amazon. Initially, I also was like you. I had a couple of bad experiences on Amazon when it came to clothes. Other
Hmm.
items and all, it's okay. But this clothes, I was not happy with the material, like you told me. But
Yes.
then after recently, I took a risk. I purchased something and it came out well. It was I had a good experience. Yeah, so it was good, and also they have a good refund policy because what happened was when I bought an outfit, I had asked them for the medium size medium, but it came as extra large.
Yes.
So then it was, it was just too big, and the tailor also could not do anything. So I returned it back. I returned it. Sorry, it's not returned it back. I returned it.
Yes.
Sorry. So I returned it, and they were okay with it. They refunded my money as well.
Yes.
So I was happy. I didn't have a problem with that. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you have. So these days now, whoever Saraswati, more than buying saris,
Mm-hmm.
you must be also realizing this. More than buying saris, people are now designing saris even for
Yes.
simple occasions. Rather than buying a sari these days, people are actually designing saris.
Yes.
Even rather than buying a salwar or buying any outfit today, the trend is now to design things as opposed to buying things. So,
Yes.
what do you think? What is the reason for that? You think because there are so many varieties. If you go to a shop, there are so many varieties. So, why do you
Yes.
think people are going for this trend of designing as opposed to buying? Isn't it more expensive and more time consuming? What are your thoughts?
Yes, but when we means design our saris or dresses, so it will be totally different look.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But different look means Saraswati. Supposing now, for instance, me. Now I will see a Bollywood celebrity. She will
Hmm.
be like, let's say Priyanka Chopra. Priyanka Chopra, I love her fashion sense. Yeah.
Yes.
So she wears a sari and it looks so beautiful. But then when I design that sari and when I wear it, it does not look anything like Priyanka
Yes.
Chopra.
Yes.
So won't you? So that risk is always there that you will be disappointed because you are expecting one look, but the
Yes.
look that comes is something completely different, no? So isn't it better that we stick to the options? There are so many options in the shop. Then why should we go ahead with this designing business?
Because every person have different opinion and different taste. So you
Okay.
can choose whatever you want, because sometimes as mostly in wedding or some great occasions like engagement or wedding, at that time we always, even that if the wedding is in our family, so definitely we go for different things, like something special.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go for different things. I just want to give you a little before we proceed further with the conversation.
Yeah.
Let's just take a review of the way you spoke. You talked about your husband. The sentence that you said was, he purchased me
He
a
purchased
sari.
me. Yes.
So, do you understand the mistake that you made? Can you correct that sentence for me?
He purchased sari for me.
Ah, you made one more mistake. Repeat the sentence.
He purchased or he buy sari for me.
No. We are talking about one particular incident. He
Mhm.
purchased a sari for me.
Okay.
You missed the article. That is what I was waiting for. So, what you
Okay.
can say is, I remember an occasion when my husband purchased a sari for me.
Okay.
I remember an occasion where an is because occasion starts with a vowel, that is O, that is why we're using an. I think you already know that. So I
Yes.
remember an occasion where my husband purchased a sari for
Sari
me.
for me. Yeah.
Okay. Now, then you said, but it is showing totally different. This is the sentence you said, okay? It is showing totally different, and when it come at home, it was different. This is the sentence you said because I wrote it down.
Mhm.
Now, when you say it is showing totally different,
It was showing on the screen. Is it
ah,
like that?
you did not say on the screen. You said it is showing totally different, and then after that, I think you said on the screen, and then
Okay.
you said it came at home,
Mm-hmm.
and it was something different. When you
Mm-hmm.
use the word showing,
Mm-hmm.
automatically the confusion comes. Because
Mm-hmm.
I am thinking that somebody was showing you. That means your husband bought. You know what I thought? Your husband surprised you by buying a sari online, and you did not know also until he showed you the sari at home.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? You understood, Saraswati, what I'm saying?
Yes.
No, you haven't understood. You understood.
No. Yes.
Did you understand? Sure.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What?
Sure.
Okay. So the way you said it, it sounded like as if your husband surprised you. That is
Mm-hmm.
actually not what happened. Your
Yes.
husband did not surprise you. For some reason, your husband decided to buy you a sari. Maybe it was an occasion, maybe it was your birthday, whatever it is, XYZ reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Your husband purchased the sari online, but you saw the sari online before the sari came to your house. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes.
But that is not the way you told when you explained the situation. And this is why
Mm-hmm.
I am telling you, Saraswati, when you have a conversation with someone, you should be clear.
Mm-hmm.
What you are trying to say, the other person should understand immediately. Sometimes doubts will happen. It is okay. Then you can clarify or you can rectify the doubt.
Yes.
Otherwise, you should be clear when you speak to someone. So, what you should have said is that, okay, my husband, you can say, I remember an occasion when my husband purchased a sari online for me, or when my husband purchased a sari for me online. Note, I am not using the word from. I already explained to you in the beginning. From is
Yes.
not necessary. From is a mistake. You can say that the sari was completely different from what was portrayed on the website.
Okay.
The sari, I will repeat. The sari was completely different from what was portrayed. Portrayed. What is the meaning of portray? Portray is the original verb. Portray. Tray, you know, tray. The tray that you use to serve tea and coffee and snacks and all, you know that tray. Before that tray, you put what? Por. That's it. Portray. Portray.
Portray.
Got it?
Yes.
Portray.
Yes.
So, what is the meaning of portray? Portray is a synonym or a different word with the same meaning as show or
Oh,
display. So,
okay.
instead of using portray, you can use the word show or display. Either one of these words you can use. So, what
Yes.
you can say is, let me repeat the conversation again. On
Yes.
one occasion, or you can say, I remember an occasion when my husband purchased a sari for me online. However, I was extremely disappointed when I received the product because it was completely different from what was portrayed on the website.
Yes.
Correct? You were
Yes.
disappointed. No? You were upset, no? Because you said, Are, the sari was supposed to be pink and the sari is now yellow. Whatever. I don't know what happened to your sari, but I'm just giving you an example. So you
Yes.
were basically disappointed. So you are expressing that disappointment in the beginning of your sentence. So what has
Mm,
happened, Saraswati, with these two sentences? Have I explained what you were trying to tell me?
yes.
Huh? But you took four sentences to explain what you said. First,
Mm,
you said about purchased me, showing totally different. When it came at home, so
mm,
many sentences you took.
okay.
Be clear and precise and specific about what you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give too many explanations. And don't use too many words. Because what happens is when you use too many words, your chances of making mistakes increases. But
Yes.
sometimes, Saraswati, we have to use words. Sometimes we have to explain a little more. So obviously
Yes.
you have to use words. You can't help it. That's a
Mm,
different way. But otherwise, for simple things like this, make it very clear.
yes.
What was the intention of you telling me this? Your intention was to tell me that you don't like online shopping.
Yes.
That is what you're trying to say. Different people have different opinions. You don't like online shopping. I like online shopping. You are giving me your reason for not liking online shopping. I gave
Yeah.
you my reason for preferring online shopping. Clear?
Yes.
That
Yes.
is what you are trying to say. Okay. Then you said different people have different opinions. Mostly in wedding, we go for different things.
Mm,
Now, what you could have said is usually at events, we like to stand out.
mm,
We like to stand out from the others. You don't even have to say from the others. If you like, if you say we like to stand out and put a full stop, it is
mm,
evident that you want to be different. To stand out means to be different.
yes.
So if I was to say Saraswati stood out because of her heavy red sari or
Mm-hmm.
because of her vibrant red sari. Vibrant means what? Colorful or lively or brilliant.
Yes.
Vibrant is a positive thing. So, because of Saraswati's vibrant red sari, she stood out from the crowd because no one else was wearing such a bright color or bold color or whatever it is. So,
Yes.
she stood out.
Yes.
So, this is how you see rather than saying we go for different things, mostly in
Yes.
weddings. You said like this. This is what you said. Instead of that, again, in one sentence, I have explained what you were trying to say in three sentences. That is,
Yes.
we like to stand out on occasions.
Yes.
We like to stand out on occasions. Or
Patience.
we
Okay.
like, yeah, on occasions.
Yeah.
Or we like to get heads turning. I will repeat. To get heads, head, this head, Head, and you put an S after that. Head with an S.
To
So to
get
get
head.
heads, head is plural, heads.
Yes. Yes.
To get heads turning, Turning, turning.
Yes.
What is the meaning of to get heads turning? That means to be surprised or to be like, wow, this is different. So if I was to say, Saraswati got heads turning thanks to her vibrant red sari. Saraswati got heads turning thanks to her vibrant red sari. Thanks
Yes.
to means what? Because of.
Yes.
Thanks to. THANKS space to. Thanks to means because of. So instead of saying because of, you can say thanks to.
Thanks to. Okay.
So Saraswati got heads turning thanks to her vibrant red sari.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so instead of saying because of, you can say thanks to. So you say to get heads turning, or what was the other one I said? Stand out. These are all different examples of saying that you are impressing people.
Yes.
So these are different idioms that you can use in order to make your conversation a little more better. That's what I was
Yes.
trying to say. Now, speaking of weddings, I'm glad you brought up the topic. Speaking of weddings, there are so many different functions in a wedding now these days. No, sorry, you have the engagement function. Before the engagement, you have one pre-engagement function. Then
Yes.
you have a pre-wedding function. Then you have the wedding function. Then you have the reception. So many things are there for a wedding. So
Yes.
for a wedding itself, now you were talking about designing outfits. Do you think that these designers are minting money or making, or they're just charging us an exorbitant rate for all of these outfits? They're taking advantage of the situation. My question is, do you think that these designers are taking advantage of the situation by saying that, oh, we have to design a dress for everything, and you want to stand out for every function? So do you think it's a waste of money? That is why I was asking you if it's a waste of money going for all these different functions. I mean, designing
Yes.
an outfit for every single function. Yeah.
In my perspective, yes, this is definitely wastage of money, because every in like this time, in a wedding, different functions are there. So we do not prefer to wear the same dress in all functions.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Yes.
and then for every function, we just want to stand out from others.
Yes. Yeah.
So yes, definitely, because they are also means they also looking for are seeking for such times, and because of that they charge means extra money in mostly at the wedding time, because
All
there
right.
are some months, and in that month mostly wedding happens. So
Yes.
they
Yeah.
definitely take extra charges, sometimes double or triple charges they take.
So you remember we were talking about professions, no? And what would you do if your daughter chose to be a dancer or
Yeah,
DJ or whatever? Do
yeah.
you think now your daughter should take up professions like this, like event management and
Yes.
designing and all of these things? Because these are easy ways to make money, no? What is your opinion?
Yes, this time, these professions are on a peak. I can say that.
Right.
Yes,
So they are at a peak, but there is a lot of hard work also involved, no, Saraswati? Like supposing now you have a daughter, so you want to plan her wedding. So you say, so your daughter now, she is going to make the decisions, not you, correct, or your husband.
mm,
So she wants
mm,
her, she wants it in a certain way. She wants the stage in a certain theme or a certain color. It is difficult to source all these things, so it is not an easy task, no, this event
yes,
management
yes.
thing.
Definitely, it is not an easy task, because
Yeah.
as I also worked in one particular software which is Photoshop.
Ah.
So I know that when a wedding function was there, so lots of wedding albums I have to design. I usually design in wedding time.
Oh. Oh, nice.
That yes. So even one or two person I know that they do the event management. So they make their team like four or five persons are there. Someone is photograph, someone is natural photographer and candid photographer,
Mm.
and some who arrange all the things. So it is really very difficult task to manage
Yeah.
everything and involve, and mostly in night time, because the weddings happen in mostly night time. So
Yeah.
for girls it is difficult, but
Mm.
if you have a great passion, so you can go for that.
You can
Even
go for
I
that.
know that two or three girls, that is, they, I can say they are my neighbors, and she is in that field.
Oh, and are they
Yes,
doing, is it a good business for them? Are they doing well?
yes, yes, definitely. She is doing well, and she just completed her graduation. After that, she
Oh,
started to do that.
oh. But as a woman in this profession, if she's doing it in the night time and all that, isn't it difficult because night time, the
It
late
is very
hours?
difficult. It is
Yeah.
not just
So her
as
family is supporting her.
yes, but
Sorry,
in
go ahead.
Mumbai it is good, but really it is very difficult for women because not
Yeah.
only in Mumbai, sometimes we have to go out from Mumbai. Though at that time it is really very difficult task.
But if you don't have a family and all, it's okay, no, Saraswati. If you're single and all that stuff, it is okay, I think. If you
Yes,
have a family, if you have children and
yes,
other priorities, then it becomes probably difficult. Yeah.
yes.
But it is a really lucrative business. I have always been interested in this event management. I used to MC sometimes, for these events and for these weddings and all that. I used to MC. I
Mm,
loved it. Really, I loved it. It was so much fun. But
yeah.
there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of hard work and customer satisfaction.
Yes, customer satisfaction is must because I means in that 15 years I created so many albums, wedding albums,
Okay.
even candid means photography as well as natural photography and normal photography. So I made
Uh,
all types of album, wedding album. So I
oh,
know that every customer had different taste.
yeah.
And once a
Yeah.
customer is satisfied, no, so he that customer does not go to other person.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
But I remember you're talking only about weddings. I remember I have twins. So when our children they were celebrating their second birthday, we this was the first function that we were celebrating properly, calling
Mm-hmm.
guests because prior to that it was a pandemic. We didn't have an opportunity to do anything for them. So their birthday we decided to celebrate. We decided to call people, post it in a hotel, have event management. And I remember when we were calling photographers, the kind of money that they were charging, it was
Yes.
unbelievable. And my husband is looking at me like, seriously, these are it's a children's birthday. So they were saying, oh
Yes.
yeah, candid photo, natural photo, like you said.
Yes.
But Saraswati, that time my girls were two. How do you even now it's so difficult to get them to pose for a photograph. You know how
Yes.
children are, right?
Yes.
Will they stay in one place and maybe their mood is also bad. So you will want them to smile, but that time they will want to cry or they want to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So how so we spend so much of money for these photographers. But one photographer, you know what he said? These are our rates. You take it only if you're interested.
Yes.
It was rude. So that means even if we say no, there are 10 people waiting to book him.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is when I realized it was the first time that we were planning, sorry, that we were planning a party, that we were planning an occasion. And that is when I realized how much these event management and these photographers, they're so much in demand. Especially
Yes.
now because the social media has also come, Saraswati, so don't even speak. Because
Mm.
everyone can see how your services are and all of that.
Yes.
So it is a
Because of
very
that,
natural.
this time that business become I can low. Earlier it
You're
was
right.
in very peak. When I was working, so it was really on peak.
No, but even, yeah, you're right. During the pandemic, it was low, it was dead because no functions were happening, no, during the pandemic. I'm
Because this
saying,
time everyone have good mobile,
yeah,
good quality mobile, and even can shoot her video and pics. So no need to go to photographer.
but
Yeah.
still, Saraswati, even if you have a good mobile, that is okay. But still, these photographers, they will come up with new techniques. They will say, oh, in the mobile, you cannot get framed photo. Or like you
Yes.
said, you do this Photoshop. So maybe I'm having a lot of pimples. But
Yes.
when you do this Photoshop, there will be no pimples on my
Yes.
face.
Yes. I'm expert in that. I'm very expert in that.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember
Really.
in my wedding, I was looking at my wedding pictures, and my husband says, "Are I didn't know you were this fair. Look at you, you're so fair in the album." I said, "Yeah, I know. Even I'm surprised that I look so fair because that is the magic of Photoshop, because you
Yes.
get this completely airbrushed. I think that's a term you use, no, airbrushed look.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but it's such a lucrative business. I mean, if this photography, we were discussing, we have another friend who's a photographer. So because he's our friend, he openly told us, he said, see, if you have a nice fancy camera,
Mm.
mainly the money is involved in the camera. Then you
Yes.
employ a couple of guys to hold the lights.
Yes.
That is the main area where the rates are going. But you easily charge people 50,000 rupees, 60,000 rupees. And you talked about this candid photography, natural photography.
Yes.
You won't believe it, Saraswati. Actually, you must be used to it, but I was shocked when I saw it. In one wedding that we went, there was one girl who was doing this natural photography business that you spoke about. Then there was one whole, about maybe 10, minimum 10 people were there to do this official photography. Then there was another guy who came from somewhere. He was doing this candid photography.
Yes.
I think so. We were making a joke about it. I was saying there are more photographers than guests at this
Yes.
wedding.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yeah.
Saraswati, what are you going to do with all these photos after a few months or years? Are you see now? It's been 5 years since we've been married. I can't remember the last time I saw my wedding album. Really,
Mm-hmm.
because these wedding albums will sit there. Are we going to look at these albums? Correct?
Earlier,
You
it
get
was, really very in demand because
yeah.
when I was working in a day, I completed one whole album. Suppose there is 36 pages album or 20 pages album, I designed.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, nice, interesting. Sorry, I just kept on talking and talking without realizing I should give you feedback. Okay, so if I was to give you feedback on the way you spoke today, most of the time your sentence structure was good. But I think I told you this last time also, Saraswati, your vocabulary. So today, like for instance, rather than using the words or rather than using the idioms, stand out and getting heads turned, you used
Mm-hmm.
very simple, very ordinary things like we go for different things or we have different opinions. That is what you said. Also, you talked about on peak. You said that your
Mm-hmm.
use of prepositions. So you said that before pandemic, these professions were on peak. It's not on peak; they were at their peak,
At the peak.
at the peak, or in their prime. In their prime, prime, prime. In their prime.
In.
Prime is the same as peak. Prime is just another word for peak. That is
Okay.
another thing that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So, on the whole, to be honest with you, when you spoke, again, this is a topic that you were very interested in and you are knowledgeable about because you actually did a profession, you had a profession in this. So, you spoke very freely. The thing is, your sentence structure, if I was to rate you out of 10, I'd probably give you a 5. The
Mm-hmm.
reason I'm only giving you 5 is because your vocabulary has to be improved.
Yes.
But don't worry, we'll,
I know all the vocabulary, but at the time of speaking, I don't know why I'm not able to
yeah.
use.
Everyone has this problem, Saraswati. You are not the only one. Everyone tells me the same thing. So for that, you have to practice outside of the session. Now, you are someone I think who practices.